If you're brand new to automation, this one's for you. In this video, I'm going to take a look at a very basic scenario in make.com. We're going to go through the different types of nodes in Make. We're going to set up a really basic scenario, connect them together, pull some data from an RSS feed, run it through ChatGPT, and send off a message with the result, just to get you started with the basics of this system. So if you're interested in automation, make sure you follow along and save this one for later. Every automation starts out in the same place, a blank canvas. The very first type of node that we're going to use in our scenario is going to be a trigger. Now, there's a lot of different triggers in here because data can come from all different places. You don't necessarily have to send any data into your scenario, but there's going to be lots of situations where you want to. A trigger is a node that kicks off our scenario and passes data along to each subsequent node in the scenario until it's finished. Typical scenarios will be something like an RSS feed, could be some data from a Google Sheet if somebody adds a new row into the sheet, could be an email, even webhook. We'll get into some of these other triggers in later videos. For now, we're going to stick with an RSS feed just to keep things simple. RSS has been around since the beginning of time. Well, the beginning of the internet anyway. For our RSS feed, we're going to set up a Google alert. We'll set up alert for AI automation, create alert. Now we want to make sure that this is an RSS feed. If you don't see this little icon beside your alert, click on the pencil here. Make sure that deliver to is set for RSS feed, otherwise it'll go to your email. Now if you click on the RSS icon, that'll actually show us the feed. We'll grab the URL at the top. Back in our make.com, we're going to select Watch RSS Feed Items. Drop the URL in the top. We'll just set maximum number of returned items to 1 for now. Click OK. We want to test this a couple times, so I'm going to select the second option, RSS Feed Items from after a specific date. That's this one here. And we'll just pick, I don't know, last week. That should be good enough. Click OK. If I run this once, I can click Run Once down in the corner, or I can right-click on the module and choose Run This Module. I'll just click Run Once. That's going to fetch this feed, and we get this little bubble in the corner. If we click on that, that's going to show us the output. Now, the way make.com works is whenever there's data to work with, it passes along through the different nodes, what they call bundles. Bundle is just one chunk of data to be acted upon. So in this particular bundle, we've got the title, description. This represents one item from our RSS feed. So now that we've got some data, let's connect it to something and make our scenario a little bit more interesting. The next type of node in our scenario is going to be an action. Now, I'd encourage you to take a minute and scroll through this list because there's a lot of actions here. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do. Connect with Google Docs, high level, WordPress. There's almost no limit to what you can do in a make.com scenario. We're just going to use ChatGPT for now. I'm just going to choose create a completion. This would be just the same as talking to ChatGPT normally in chatgpt.com. Now this is going to require you to set up a connection. So if you click on add and you go to your OpenAI account, you're going to want to get an API key. To get your ChatGPT API key, we're going to search for OpenAI Playground. From here, we can click on Dashboard, API Keys, and then just provision an API key. In order to get API keys, you do have to have a paid account. Now, once we've got that connection set up, I'm going to choose 4.0 Mini for my model. And now we need to add a message. There are different types of messages that we can add, system and user. We won't bother with system messages today. We'll come back to that in a later video. I'm just going to specify a user message. This is the prompt that we're going to send to ChatGPT in order to instruct it what we want from this data. As soon as I click on this box, make.com is going to give me any of the variables from the output from any previous node that has executed already. So I can see the title, description, URL, all of these fields from that first item in the RSS feed. So for my prompt, I'm going to say, please review the following article and generate 3 content ideas so I can create social media content based on the article. Visit the URL if necessary. Now I'm going to paste in the title. Click on that here. Now the description. These are directly from the RSS feed item. And now I'm going to put the URL of the article in there as well. That's it. Click OK. So if we run this again, one more time, this is going to pull another item off the RSS feed. And now it's going to feed it into ChatGPT. And we can click on this bubble and have a look at that. Here we see our input. This is what we sent into ChatGPT. And if we look at the output, we see there's one bundle with a result. And here's the 3 content ideas that we got back. All right, great. Now let's do something with these. I want to send these to my Slack so that whenever a new item pops up on this RSS feed, it's going to send these 3 items to my Slack once a day. Click on Slack. Again, you could send this to your email. You could send this just about anywhere that you want. Create a message. I have a Slack connection already. I'm going to select my channel from a list. I have a channel called Content Ideas. And now I'll put in here, here's today's content ideas from the article and then the title. And then I'm going to click on Result, and that's it. Okay, let's run this again. So now it's grabbing the next item off the RSS feed, running it through ChatGPT, and we can see we've got a response from our Slack. Let's jump over there and have a look. Here's today's content ideas from the article Agentic AI. A new iteration of AI is now taking the world by surprise. Tech news. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. Great. But we're not finished yet. We've got a working scenario. I think I want to have content ideas once a day. So I'm going to click down here on the schedule, change this from 15 minutes. Every day there's 1,440 minutes. And now it's going to ask me, do you want to activate your scenario? Just in case I click not yet by accident, I can still go down here and click this little toggle. And I get a little warning, there are unsaved changes. Better save that. Good. We have an active scenario. And once a day, my RSS feed on the schedule is going to pull a new item, run it through ChatGPT, and send it off to my Slack. There's your basic introduction to Make.com. I hope this has helped you get started on Make.com with a brief introduction. In later videos, we're going to dive into a little bit more detail, some more complex operations that we can perform with some of these nodes, as well as some interesting tips and tricks that we can try out along the way. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.